So just doing a quick video out here. Well, we'll see if it's quick. So it's been, I don't know, 2 weeks since I did a video. It's been raining quite a bit. Just you can see how green and overgrown everything is. Trying to stay on top of it. If it wasn't my yard, I wouldn't care about it getting overgrown, but I could at least be able to move around in it. So also I think there's a certain amount of expectation from the neighbors, but anyways, so a couple things. My dragon fruit, a couple of the cuttings have rotted, but a couple of them haven't. But fortunately, the ones that rotted put out new growth, so I actually just clipped those off and put them in the ground, and we'll see if they root and start regrowing. But the other two look fine, so I'm not really sure what happened there. Maybe the soil mixture was too organic, I don't know. Got a couple of pepper plants here that look like they're doing pretty good. I think there's one over here too that just started growing on its own. I'm not sure if this is just a wild nightshade or a pepper growing from a seed that got over here, but we'll find out. Yeah, the star fruit's looking really nice. Let's see, these seashore mangosteens are doing real good. This one's kind of bendy. They tend to be a little lanky. I try to prop them up, but I'm sure that resolves when they get older. Black sapote flowered. I don't think it's going to set any fruit. Yeah, no, they're all dropping off. I kind of just want it to grow up more than set fruit right now anyways. I put this Wampy in the ground over here. It's doing good. There's a Suriname cherry there. My directly sown Jaboticaba is actually starting to put out a lot of new growth after quite a while. All of my avocados dropped off the tree. I'm not sure why. I'm not too worried about it. It only set like 3 fruits, so I'd rather them grow and get more established before focusing on that. We got peanut butter fruit right there looking good right next to this, brain fart, Asmina triloba. Can't think of the name of the fruit. Keep the scientific name. Pawpaw. It's pawpaw. Let's see. Black sapote in the pot there, looking really nice. I've got some pepper plants that are growing in pots that are being taken over by the Suriname spinach, but they seem to be pretty good companion plants for peppers, so something to keep in mind. These tomatoes kind of ran their course, but they allowed these African mangosteens, imbies, to get established. You can see the imbies are starting to push out some new growth. Yeah, this one's doing really nice. This little teeny tiny one pushed out some new leaves before, and they're hardened off already. This one's still not looking so hot. I'm hoping it'll come back, but not too worried about it. I've already got 3 other ones. I'm sure there's at least one female in there. But worst case scenario, I guess I'll just deal with it. But these pepper plants here are just getting real bushy and nice looking. There's some weeds growing into it, which I'll probably chop and drop some of this stuff because it's starting to get old and die back. But yeah, got some ghost peppers in there. This Jaboticaba is doing really nice. This is a red that I just popped in the ground, super young. It's a little burnt up from the sun, but I'm sure it'll grow through it. This garnet of the cherry is looking real nice. Garnet cherry of the Rio Grande. This ginger's popping in. So that's the normal ginger that you think of, that you eat. This Orinoco banana's got a huge set of bananas on it. Well, I guess it could have been a bigger rack, but this is the first time it made fruit. But the bananas are quite large. So excited to see those pop in. Got a lot of passion fruits off the passion fruit, but I had some fungal issues. I think I need to rethink my design. Maybe I need to prune it a little bit because the foliage got really thick and the fruit dropped off before it started really ripening up, and they were just getting eaten up. But it also could just be a moisture issue. But I'll probably end up removing this. It's just a lot to maintain. I don't know what I'm going to replace it with. I might just put more smaller fruit tree shrubs along this or whatever, but regardless, like all the decaying plant matter there's definitely made it a prime spot for putting stuff. These pigeon peas are coming back after being pruned. We've got tons of little pigeon pea seedlings everywhere here, which I'll just pull them out and throw them down as organic matter, because I don't really necessarily want a forest of pigeon peas. But yeah, I mean, this is just really good stuff for, you know, just doing this with. So do that everywhere. Put a little red, good looking red jumbo in the ground there. It's really like this shady spot. Katanga tuba, doing real nice. Strawberry guava here in the spot, shading out. This sweet Ubaya, Eugenia piriformis, which remember before it was all burnt up, but it's coming back now. And there's other strawberry guava that's in the ground, looking real nice. It's getting real bushy. I don't see any flowers on it. It did start pushing out flowers before it started raining. Whenever it was in the drought, I think it was stressed and it was wanting to flower, but then it started raining and it dropped its flowers. So, but it looks really nice. It'll prune up real good over time and hopefully be a really nice ornamental plus food. Moving to the front, this cherry of the Rio, I topped it from like 10 feet back down to like 8 feet or whatever, and now it's working on some more bushier growth, so hopefully we'll get a lot of extra fruit. And I've got this seedling mango that I put in the ground. It's already pushed out a couple flushes of growth, and I know I put a post on the forum. I think what I'm going to let it do is let it grow up a bit, and then I'll top it or tip it and let it branch out, and I'll graft sweet tart to start on the branches that pop out. But yeah, so this pomegranate pushing out a whole bunch of new growth. I'm going to come in here and chop and drop a lot of this Dune sunflower. Key lime looking really nice. I haven't really seen any issues with the psyllids on this one. I thought I did, but the spot seems to keep them off it. Let's see. This Grimmel Jabo has pushed out new growth, but it's got some spots on it. I'm not sure if that's fungal or if that's like burn from the sun. I'm just gonna let it grow through it. I'm sure it'll acclimate. Typically the Jabos don't really look good until around like September anyways. They'll have some, because it gets cooler out, some intense UVs. Anyways, the plums and peaches are starting to put out a whole bunch of new growth after they finish fruiting. Moving over here. Oh, actually, show off the orchid tree. So we got a whole bunch of orchids in the tree now. I put this guy. I'm not sure what kind of orchid this is. I just remember it was supposed to be like a big bloomed one, but I noticed it has a very aggressive root system. I had it on a table and it was just like growing into everything. So I pulled it or picked it up and attached it to the tree here with a little bit of aluminum wire, which I'll cut off once the roots actually adhere to it. It won't even, like, once this thing actually starts getting attached, it won't move at all. Let's see, these are a bunch of little chia seeds that I threw out and they grew into plants, but this might be a stinging nettle that I'm touching here. But this is my little reds that I directly sowed, and they're doing really nice. A little burnt up from the sun, but they'll grow out of it. Big ass rosemary plant. Not much going on over here with the Grimmichama. Like it's gotten, I know it's been working on its roots because it's needed less and less and less water. And now it's starting to push out a whole bunch of new growth. So that's cool. Guava tree has a whole bunch of Ruby Supreme guavas on it. This ice cream bean here. Back to the other side of the house. This Julie mango is looking real good. Most of the stuff here, actually, I need to probably chop and drop some of those weeds. But these are Blazing Star, so these will actually have like a really nice, like showy purple, like neon purple bloom on them. I'm not sure when they bloomed. It looks like they got knocked over from the rain. It's been pretty heavy, but they're really, really pretty plants. But this time of the year, I'm really just kind of letting everything grow. and chopping and dropping even all the weeds. Like, I'm not worried about letting the weeds grow. But oh yeah, here's the actually, since it started raining heavily and I cleaned this area up a little bit, I pulled the thick mat of grass here and mulched really heavily, and I'm letting the sunshine mimosa, and these are also called, like, was it like touch me not plants? When you touch them, they like close up their leaves, which is pretty cool. I'm letting that stuff grow everywhere, but I'd prefer to have that than grass personally, because grasses don't let a lot of other things come in. I would just want more variety in here, even if it's weeds that don't look nice, because I can chop and drop all that, and it helps the soil. But anyways, these jackfruits looking fantastic. Look how thick and green these leaves are. I'm still not sure what I'm going to do there. I might see if they just like eventually fuse together and just let it be one big group of trees. I'm not sure what's going to happen. I might have to decide that I'm just going to cull the rest of them and chop their heads off and let one grow. But you know, if anyone has any opinions on that, please let me know. Put a pineapple in there. The Celeste fig has gone crazy. We've actually gotten a lot of figs off of it since it started raining. They're very good. They taste like brown sugar and peaches, and you know, more so than the other, depending on if you pick them early or not. I find if you pick them early, they taste more like a peach. If you let them go later, it tastes like molasses and peach. So I mean, typical fig flavor, I guess. But yeah, lots of chop and drop. I got to go through in here. There's a bee right there on the sunshine mimosa flowers. You can see that. Finger limes have just totally gotten real huge. They did flower. I don't think I've seen any fruit on them just yet. Let's see if I can see any without poking my eyeballs out. Let's see. Usually they look like little tiny little noodle sausages when they just start forming. I'm trying to see. I don't know if the bees have figured out about it yet. Maybe it's been too hot for the fruit to set. I don't know. I did have fruit set in the winter time. So I guess we'll plant it by ear. Even this green one flowered over here. So this is a red one and this is a green one. Starting to rain a little bit again. Yeah, I'm not seeing any, so I'll get in there a little bit later with some glasses on so I don't poke myself. But persimmon putting out some new growth. No flowers this year, so no fruit. But I mean, it's looking really nice. I'm hoping it grows more towards this way, so I don't have to prune it back from the Jaboticaba. But we'll see what it decides to do. The Sabra has a whole bunch of new growth, so I was worried about it a little bit. You can kind of see kind of the contrast of you know, the older leaves and the newer leaves based on the color. It's starting to rain a lot. Here's that moringa that I chopped back to a nub, and this is what you do, is you can literally come back and just chop it back to like waist height. Let's see if I can get that, like literally just saw it off and it'll grow back like this. So, you know, maybe in another month I can harvest it again and turn it into powder. Let's go under the trees. Quaimuck is looking fantastic. Got bananas coming out on the ice cream banana. There's some bananas over there on the Big Mike or the Gros Michel banana. The pepper plants here doing good. Cha-cha is looking real nice. Just everything's really green. Like even my Luke's Garcinias right here that I put in the ground is doing fantastic. But yeah, I'm gonna cut it short because it is raining. I don't want to get too wet out here. About to go to the mall and get some stuff. But let me show one more thing. I didn't go into this specifically, but my Garcinia, this is the Brasiliensis, I think. It's the lemon drop mangosteen with the nipple on it. It's pushing out some new growth. I know before it was pretty stagnant. I'm sure it was working on its root system because it's always been like nice and green like this. Like it's never had any. It's had a little bit of dieback. Like I think I actually knocked a branch off down there at some point while moving stuff around. But like the leaves have always been like this dark green color. But this is the first year that it's pushing out new growth. It's its second year in the ground. I want to say it's maybe three or 4 years old in total. Like if you compare it to the other mangosteens, like this guy right here is 2 years old. You can see this is like double the height. Oh, this is a seashore mangosteen, so I don't know if that's an accurate representation, but so after about a year in the ground, it's starting to actually work on its canopy. So they seem like they do nothing. And for reference, here's an intermediato over here, I think, which is the one without the nipple. I'm not sure what the difference of those are. I know there's a lot of debate. I'm just basing it off what Adam at Flying Foxroot says. But yeah, this one's kind of doing the same thing. Like the root ball fell apart on this one, so it's looking a little worse for wear. But really, it only died back one node, and the rest of the nodes have stayed pretty green. There's some leaf burn, probably from sunburn. But I'm guessing, you know, after a year of developing its root system, it'll figure itself out. So, yeah, not much on these Gambogies either. They're kind of stagnant. I'm sure they're also working on their root system. But yeah, I'm going to cut this short. There's a lot more I haven't shown, which I'll just touch on it later. But yeah, it's a very quick update. Thanks for watching.